Christian Miller, two-time national champion and team captain for the Alabama Crimson Tide, and former Carolina Panther, and his father, Corey Miller, the pastor of pain, a 9-year NFL veteran with the New York Giants, and University of South Carolina Hall of Famer. This is the Miller's Edge.
And welcome into this Talking Tuesday edition of the Miller's Edge, Top 100.9, 1230 WTBC. Hope everybody's doing great. Hope you guys, that's not right. Great. Hope you guys, I see that's what I was doing, Chase. I was trying to rush into great, from great to hope. And I came up with grape. All right. It's going to be one of those type of days here on the Miller's Edge. It's also going to be a Talking Tuesday here on the Miller's Edge. Make sure you guys get in on the action. How do you do that? Well, number one, you can join the YouTube live stream / Facebook live stream because we are streaming simultaneously on Facebook as well. If you guys prefer that platform, you can watch us here, there, or on YouTube, which we like to use a lot because we've got the very interactive chat here. You guys can hang out and offer all your insight, your talking points, all that good stuff right here. So we always urge you to do that. How do you do that? YouTube.com/The Miller's Edge. We got our folks rolling in here. We got Mike, Justin, Kenji C. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. That being said, you always can get in on the action via the phone lines, 205-342-9904. We always encourage that. Love going to the people, man. Yesterday, obviously, we couldn't really do that, but for good reason. We were joined by a very special guest, Alabama safety Bray Hubbard. Took time out of his final day of his break before kicking off training camp, which they officially are kicking off today, right? Now, they don't have practice today. I'd imagine it's probably just kind of, the syllabus day, I like to call it. Me and Bray were joking about the big binders that you get on a day like this, right, when you really kick things off. But folks is here. Football is officially back. Training camp's back. And now tomorrow we will be back because we will actually be touching grass and running around. Well, I won't be running around. They will be running around. But obviously we will be breaking it down and looking forward to doing just that. But anyway, Talking Tuesday, man. You guys are the co-host, man. I want to hear from you guys. Obviously, with training camp really kicking off tomorrow, I want to talk to you guys about training camp. Really, what you guys are looking most forward to in regards to training camp. I know we've talked a lot about it, but I want to get y'all's thoughts. I want to hear what you guys want to see because I'll be out there. I'll have the luxury, thank goodness, of being able to go watch and hanging out a little bit. Now, obviously, you guys know how I roll. Very respectful of the process. If you're expecting me to come back here and give like live updates and stuff, I'm not doing that. I don't do that. Out of respect for the people in that building. But I'll at least be able to, you guys know how it is, man. Just like simple, basic stuff, surface level stuff, man, that's not hurting nobody, right? We definitely can talk about that. Like if there's somebody that I see that's moving around out there, I'm like, man, he looked really good. I'll probably drop a nugget here or there. But looking forward to doing that. But I want to get y'all's thoughts. Is there a specific person that you're looking forward to seeing or hearing more about? A specific position group that you want to talk about or hear about? Let me know, man. I want to talk about that today because, again, tomorrow it's live action. We're really going to dive into it. So looking forward to that. Obviously, still got the quarterback battle. We do know where it stands right now, but I'm thinking of that as I watch this video of Ty spin it. I think his dad had posted a quick little clip of him throwing it, man. Really nice football there. Wish we would have had him on it, because again, just like how we had Bray on yesterday, Ty was ready to do it. Ty texted me and said, "Man, I'm all for it, man. Let's do it." But I guess the rule is, quarterbacks they like to protect those guys a little bit when it comes to media, even though they know I'll take care of them. But the problem is, if they do it for me, then everybody's going to be trying to do it, which I understand. But maybe down the road we'll be able to get Ty on here like we had Bray. But the good news is everybody else is free game. That being said, the game plan is we're going to definitely try to do what we did with Bray yesterday a lot more. Obviously, with training camp kicking off, don't expect that for the next few weeks to be a very frequent thing unless they just have a lot of extra time. But I want those guys as focused as possible on training camp. So I'll push the Miller's Edge fun, media stuff to the side a little bit. But just know when they do free up a little bit, we're definitely going to continue to do that, get those guys on here. Because I really like that, especially the part we got to pull up the the clips on YouTube and let Bray talk about it. Man, I thought that was really good stuff. Again, big thanks to Bray for hanging out with us yesterday, because I thought it was great, man. Love talking football, especially with somebody like that. Bray's really smart. You can tell just by the way he was talking the game, and I thought it was great for him to offer all those details that he was offering. I know it was probably a lot, and if you guys had any questions on anything he was talking about, I'd be glad to expand on. I know once we finished with him, we kind of had to get out of here quick, but if you guys want to follow up off that interview, or there were any questions, obviously Bray's not here to answer that, but I would be glad to. If there's anything that caught your interest or something that you heard that you wanted to hear a little bit more of an explanation or what he might have been referring to, because he was definitely going in the depths with it, which is great. That's what we like. But anyway, if you guys missed that interview, you can always go back to our YouTube channel. You can watch the interview from yesterday. It was about probably the midpoint of the live stream, so you can just skip ahead. But I mean, Bray was nice and hung out with us for like 45 minutes, man. Felt like we were just in the barbershop or in the film room just cutting up, but definitely some good stuff with that. That being said, a couple other things we'll dive into here on the show. I know, speaking of us doing a stream, Ryan Williams, he's definitely very active with his stream. Now, he's streaming more like live streaming Twitch type deal, which if you guys don't know what Twitch is, it's like, it was initially more like a gaming platform, but now a lot of people just do all types of streams. Anyway, he was talking about a number of things on there. I know a couple of things he said might have caught some attention or whatever. Maybe we'll look into that. But anyway, main focus today, I really want to dive in on some training camp talk with it really kicking off tomorrow. So that's the plan right now. As you guys know, you can always send us stuff. If you've seen anything's caught your attention, send it to us. Check us out on X, or hit us up on X, I should say, at the Miller's Edge. You can always drop a link or whatever it is that you want us to watch, react to, all that good stuff. And in terms of reacting to, I do have a video. It's an official on-3 record prediction for Alabama. So we'll probably listen to that, see what they see in the future for Alabama. We'll discuss that after we watch that. And plenty more on this Talking Tuesday edition of the Miller's Edge. Tide 100.9, 1230. WTBC, presented by the Good Feet Store, America's Arch Sport experts. Home of those arch sport, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going to be like me, on your feet all the time, training camp's back, and be watching a lot of practice, make sure you check out the Good Feet Store. You will not regret it. Try before you buy. Nothing to lose. It's as simple as throwing these arch sports in your shoes. They are better than anything that you've probably tried. These are not your basic little orthotics that you might find at your local store. No, these things are truly designed to eliminate and alleviate all types of pain, clinically proven to do so in just 4 short weeks. So take advantage of these while you got a chance. Well, you got plenty of chances, right? They're right there waiting on you in Midtown Village, Rolf McFarland Boulevard. If you get a chance to stop in there, man, see what they have to offer. Again, they'll let you test everything out for free. You don't have to sign up for anything. Just go just check it out, test them out, and I promise you guys we'll walk away with some arch sports, man, because these things are game changers, man. So shout out to the Good Feet Store, improving the quality of people's lives 2 feet at a time. Goodfeet.com. You get more information and find the nearest location to you. Again, they are nationwide. Don't worry. We've got one right near you. We got you covered. That being said, quick timeout. We come back. We get rolling on this Talking Tuesday edition of the Miller's Edge. Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. Oh, man, Talking Tuesday. Here we go. Let's get ready to talk. But I want to hear from you guys, man. Hit us up either on the phone lines or in here. If you got any questions, man, let's do it. I know we got JR on the phone lines. We'll go to him here in a second. Man, I really enjoyed the Bray Hubbard interview yesterday. I hope we have some more of those down here soon. Oh, yeah, man. Don't worry. We're going to definitely we're going to get some more stuff like that. Now, I don't know if we can do it. The problem right now is obviously with training camp kicking off. I don't know schedule-wise how that's going to line up. Now, you guys need to go tell Bray thank you for hanging out 45 minutes. That was not scheduled. That was on him. He just really was enjoying it. So I can't tell you that we'll have, guys for like half the show like that. Always, if they have time, maybe. But I think it just goes to show you, man, like when guys feel comfortable, right? That's what you get. And that's why I always harp on saying, like, I think there's just something about a connection when guys feel comfortable, former player type of deal. You know what I mean? Like, I think it just really, it turns out really well. So I think that's why you guys really enjoyed it. But thanks, man. Yeah, no, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Got to bring Bray back. That's the best football talk I've heard since Monday Night Football, Eli and Peyton. Oh, stop, man. I appreciate that, man. Coming up on this show. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. If you guys, man, if you have any social media, man, share it. That way, other people can get on board, man. I'm telling you, we're about to pick things up for. I always just try to wait to the right time. Obviously, with things really picking up, man, I want to get everything rolling, which we will. But yeah, we'll definitely we'll set some more of that stuff up for sure. We'll just have to see kind of where their how their schedule aligns during training camp. But yeah, no, outside of training camp, no, I mean, no, we're full go. We're full go. But yeah, I'll bring them on, and I'll have it set up better where we really can dive into this place. Because Ricky, I guess you were right with in terms of like the time of the clips, because we were rolling those clips with Bray. Now, obviously, I was kind of cutting it up a little bit, and I don't think there's any copyright on that, which is good. That makes me feel better knowing that we can do that moving forward. Because I'm definitely going to start doing that. But if y'all got anybody that you want me to hit up to get on here, let me know. If there's like a player or somebody you want me to get on here. The problem is not the problem, but quarterbacks are a no-go. Can't do quarterbacks, unfortunately.
Miller's Edge.
If we could, like I said, Ty would have been on here. So shout out to Ty. And welcome back into this Talking Tuesday. This is the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC, presented by the Good Feet Store, America's art support experts. Quick little media news release note, right? Obviously, they send out important news and things that are in regards to Alabama football. I forgot to mention one yesterday. Ryan Williams, he was named to a big preseason watch list. I think it was the Chase, what was it? Which award was it? I'm pulling it up. It's slipping my mind. Was it the Maxwell Award?
Yeah, it was the Maxwell Award.
Yeah, he was named to that Maxwell Award. Thank you. Then today, you've got 3 Alabama offensive linemen that have been named to the Outland Trophy watch list. And that goes to the nation's top interior linemen. That's kind of interesting because Caden Proctor's a tackle anyway, but those guys on that list would be Parker Brailsford, Caden Proctor, and Jaden Roberts. So all 3 of them were named to the Outland Trophy watch list. And that was announced by the Football Writers Association of America. So offensive line getting some love here yesterday. Again, Ryan Williams got some love. Obviously, he's probably going to be on damn near every watch list there is that he's applicable for. So I'm excited about his upcoming season. Now, I know I mentioned this earlier. We might as well start here. Now, JR, I got you. Marty, we got you. We're going to go to you guys on the phone line. It is a Talking Tuesday. Dang, Ricky, man. Ricky, just be patient, Ricky. Don't spill too much, man. Just know. Just know we got some stuff brewing. I'm not going to say too much. Ricky's over here. Just know, Ricky, I got you. But in terms of Ryan, so he's been streaming, he's been talking, and I guess he was reacting to some of his high school clips. And this is what he had to say regarding last year, because a lot of people are excited about year 2. Again, I think we harped on it enough, but if you didn't know, Ryan Williams was 17 years old doing what he was doing last year. But obviously, a lot of people are expecting big things for him this year. And obviously, he is as well. This is what he had to say on his stream regarding, last year and what he's expecting this year.
Player in major college.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all just don't know, bro. Everything that I was dealing with last year, bro. Lord willing, man, got a lot in store, but this one, nothing. What y'all thought when all the comparisons last year that y'all was doing, wasn't nothing. I'm telling you.
Football does it again. Milroe, empty backfield. Milroe fires up the side.
Let me just let the video finish though, because I was about to say a lot of people had some thoughts to his comments, but here we go.
Woo! Ryan Williams, player in major college.
So Chase, have you seen that clip yet before I just played it? Or was that your first time?
Just a little bit. But yeah, it's been making its rounds around Twitter.
It has been making its rounds on Twitter. Okay, well, let's skip it. People are having a number of responses here in the comments, but a lot of people immediately jumped to he was throwing shade at Milroe. Matter of fact, I see Q06 here in the comments, and I think it looks like he agrees. I'll be honest with you, man. Look, I'm not reading his mind, but could he have, I guess, maybe leaned into a little bit? Sure. I mean, I guess you could argue that, but again, without knowing from him, I wouldn't just assume that. I'll say it's kind of just disappointing that I feel like we're still back with this whole thing, Chase. You know what I mean? Like, because I'll be honest with you, I don't think that's really when he says everything I was dealing with last year. I'm almost positive I know for a fact he was not saying, "Oh, I'm blaming everything on one guy," right? Which I know is a very important guy, especially when you play wide receiver. But I think he's just talking about a number of things, which would be personal, right? Off the field, could be, injury based, right? Maybe you won't feel like there's so many different things, but I'm just like, as soon as you see these comments underneath, man, I mean, you already know what to expect. Everything's immediately, oh, he's talking about Milroe, right? Which, look, Milroe, again, was not perfect by any means, but I mean, just like you saw in the clip, man, I mean, there's definitely some bright moments. Now, was the consistency there? No, I mean, there need to be more consistency for sure. But Chase, when you heard that, I mean, did you immediately think that's what he was referring to?
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of did, but the more I watched it, and just kind of put it in a different perspective, a lot of things happened behind the scenes that we just don't know about, right? And it doesn't have to be about Alabama, the team. It can just be with Ryan himself, because Ryan has his own life, and we see what he puts out there. So there's a lot that goes into it, but I think he was just reacting, and he was just being like, "Look, this year is going to be bigger." Kind of building up last season. So I think of it more like a positive, like, last season was great. It's cool, but this season's going to be even bigger. Stay tuned and watch out what happens,
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I'm just saying, man, I just hate how everything always goes bad. Like, look, again, I'm not going to sit there and act like, Miller was the perfect quarterback, right? Especially when it came to, driving it downfield at times. Like, look, he has some great moments, like we saw in that Wisconsin game, man. I mean, he had a number of throws, right, that were incredible. Georgia, you know what I mean? Like, now the second half of the season, like, I feel like we did see a little bit of a drop off for sure, right? And the consistency, we already know. I mean, and that was really the one just story for Milroe. It was really everybody. Which, funny enough, speaking of Jalen Milroe, he's ironically having a really strong training camp thus far. I mean, all the reviews thus far coming out of Seattle has been that Jalen's been lighting it up, and not with his legs. Everybody's been talking about how impressive he's been, throwing the football, which again, doesn't surprise me knowing that he's done it. I've seen him do it. Again, consistency is literally the main word. And, that's what coaches are for. You get the right coaches in place. And I mean, I think Jalen has a chance to be a really, really good NFL quarterback. But anyway, I don't know, man. I know I immediately, I'm looking at all these comments here right now, right? When everything is code for Jalen Milroe. Everybody's talking about it. I don't know, man. I personally, I think he's talking about a collection of things, right? If you ask me, I feel like it's definitely a collection of things. Whether it's injuries, whether it's, stuff off the field, whether it does include a little bit of sometimes being a little bit of a disconnect between quarterback and receiver, which, again, it's fair. It's fair. I mean, that's going to happen at times too, right? But I'm just like, man, I'm just ready. Look, I just can't wait. That's the other thing I'm probably most excited for, Chase, because we're so close to hopefully being able to be completely out of that whole shadow of last season. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, of course, one way or another, man, shade towards Milroe is going to creep in. And that's not me just saying like, oh, people can say what they want to say, but I think what really, Chase, what it was reading yesterday. It was the way those comments were like, oh, thank God he's like, bro, it's the reaction that just blows me, because I'm just like, bro, people act like this dude was literally the worst they've ever seen. Like, Bro, I could name you, I'm not just talking about Alabama. I could name you literally hundreds of other quarterbacks who aren't even close to touching Milroe, and they don't receive any, like, not even close to disrespect that he does. I'll never understand, honestly. I'll never understand why people, it's like, it's because it's more than just like a dislike. It's literally like, it's people that act like they hate the dude just because he had some struggles here. And it was this, it's literally not like the dude was intentionally doing. Like, bro, he just had some struggle. He's human. I'll never understand that, man. I hope to God that the people that act like that, I hope they don't have people that just breathe down their necks, which I know they don't because they're not in a position that gives them a spotlight like Milroe. But I just hope they never have to deal with literally every single thing they do is just like highly criticized, even though they're just trying to give it their best, man. Because last time I checked, nobody who has walked this earth is ever perfect other than one man, that was Jesus Christ. So I don't know why we act like number 4 who played quarterback here is supposed to be Jesus Christ and perfect, and that everything he did somehow one way or another affected your life, which I guess if you're betting or doing other, stupid stuff, maybe it did, but I'll just never understand that, man. And for the fans that still act like that towards that dude, man, grow up, man, and move on. Please get a life.
Honestly, Christian, I hope this changes. I don't think Miro will get his flowers the way that we give him. And it's sad because I feel like he left Alabama in a better place than before he got there. It wasn't like exactly like he just was this backup quarterback who barely got on the field. When he got on, he stunk it up, transferred, and deuces. No, he left Alabama in a better place to the point where he's representing them in the NFL. Like that's the standard, but he could have just took his ball and left. But he stayed, he worked, and honestly, I feel like he's one of the best quarterbacks in Alabama, not in history, but he's
He was very
standard.
successful. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. No, I mean, it's sad that people look at they only pay attention to the negatives, but they completely disregard all the positives that he did. I mean, first and foremost, with everything that you mentioned, right? And I don't want to get too deep into this. I know we've done a whole bunch of talking on this, but like you mentioned before, like the whole character side of things, like he literally did everything that they asked him and everybody else to do. Stay the course, right? Rep the A with pride, be a great leader. I mean, and people paint him as this villain who they come up with these crazy theories. Like he held the coaching staff hostage, him and his lank goons, like the craziest. Ooh, caught myself. Craziest crap that I've ever heard. Right. And I'm like, and then meanwhile, I'm just knowing this guy is like this bright smile dude, super respectful, doesn't treat anybody like literally just like in first one in the building, last one to leave. Like, I think that's why it just bothers me. Cause I'm like, it's to me, it just feels so hypocritical. It's like you preach to these kids about the standard and, coming here and loving Alabama, wanting to put that A on it. Then here you have a great example. I mean, that dude does it in a first-class manner, does everything that all you people ask for as a fan. And then you go out and trash him just because he didn't always have his best games. Like, please just make it make sense. Like, it really just makes no sense other than like, people are just spoiled, man. I'm sorry, you're just spoiled. But it's really weird to me, though, Chase, because I mean, like, and I'm not trying to throw any of my other teammates on the bus, but like Blake Sims when he was here, right? Like Blake had a great year. Him and Amari Cooper had, great connection. They did a lot of stuff, but Blake didn't play his best against Oklahoma. Granted, we didn't as a team, right? I'm not putting him on the spot, but I'm just saying the only reason I'm bringing that up, sorry, Blake, love you, bro, is nothing against. What I'm getting at is I don't feel like Blake caught that same level. I mean, like people weren't sending Blake off or maybe they were and I just missed it. I mean, because we also had Coker. Maybe people were saying, oh, we should have played Coker. I don't know, but I don't feel like Blake got that same level of like disrespect like that. I mean, and I know, he at least put a lot on him because he was, visually upset after we lost that game to Ohio State in the Sugar Bowl. I'm talking about the first ever CFP. But it's just weird. Like, it's really weird, man. And I just don't know where it's coming from with our fan base, but it's really it's honestly embarrassing, man. Like, I'll be honest with you, as a former player, every time I see that type of energy, I'm embarrassed. Just being completely honest with you. You guys can call me soft or whatever you want to say, but I think it's just because, again, I just know the person that dude is. And to just see how these people just talk, and then half of it makes no sense. They're just talking about out the side of their neck. It's weird, man. Weird energy, and I just hope we grow out of that. But it also makes me wonder. I mean, because I heard AJ talking about this, the other day, I think on their podcast that he does with Chris about being patient with Ty. And I'm like, yeah, then that's exactly how everybody should have that mindset, right? Because there's going to be growing pains. But it's like, is that realistic to expect, AJ, though? Because, I mean, we see how they just rode Milroe out of here. I mean, what happens if Ty has some growing pains? Which, I mean, again, I expect him to be, ready to step up. I mean, he's, a great player and has been, waiting his turn and developed nicely. But it's also going to be his first time as a full-time starter. It's inevitable that he's going to have some growing pains. Are we going to write him off and go from he's the savior? Then if he has a couple bad games, are you guys going to immediately jump to the, oh, we need to be playing Keelan Russell? I hope that's just not how it goes, Chase. Like, I'll be honest with you. I hope our fans that are, again, I know it's probably a small percentage. I'm not putting everybody in this category, but I really hope we can kind of mature and outgrow that type of mindset, right? It's just very immature and weird to me, man. Just being completely honest with you guys. But again, I know it's only a small percentage, right? And I'm not saying y'all can't have an opinion or critique, guys. I mean, you guys have every right to do whatever. But it's when it comes to that type of energy, man, especially with a guy like that, I don't know, man. And I'm always going to defend. Oh, look, Beast High Five, right? I mean, we're all brothers. It's a brotherhood. But I'm always going to have to defend, when I just feel like people are just being unfairly treated, man. I'm not with that, man. That's corny. I'm sorry. It is. All right, we got to hit timeout. Sorry, it's Talking Tuesday, so I just had to take some time to talk. But when we come back, we're moving on from this conversation. I know you guys are probably sick of it. We got a few folks lined up on the phone lines. That's what we're going to do. Going to the people. 205-342-9904 is the number. We come back to the phone lines. We go right here on the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I know we've hit that topic a number of times. Trust me. But it just circled back because, just like I said, just reading some of these responses, man. Like, and again, not all of them, but it just was just so much. It's just always, man, always fall. Like, and again, even if it, like, there's a difference between, like, even if someone just saying like, oh, it's fault, then like the hateful type stuff, like, that I've seen, man, to me, that's just lame. No way Miller goes in the third round if he's as bad as a lot of Alabama fans claim he was. But you know what I mean, Mike? But you can't tell people that, because in their minds, they just go off, oh, well, he can't do this. He can't. Meanwhile, I mean, this, what it's fun? I mean, like, it's like, Anthony Richardson, right? Like, he had some accuracy issues. He had a couple of things, but people just knew the potential was there. I mean, like, again, some guys are going to be more polished than others. Like, was Jalen a perfect product, finished product? No. But you're right. I mean, dude, he's got so much potential. That's why, again, I mean, the reports right now, I'm not saying, oh, that means he's going to go take Sam Darnold's job. But reports right now, I mean, they keep saying, oh, this dude's playing, throwing some really nice passes in training camp this far. And he looks to have made some strides. I mean, he's gonna be all right, man. That's all that matters. And the biggest, what really matters is, man, he doesn't let that stuff phase him. Like, did it probably hurt his feelings a little bit? You know what I mean? Like, seeing the fan base react like that to him after all he sacrificed for all their asses every weekend. Not even just weekend, literally like daily. Of course, bro. I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, like, as a former player, bro. I mean, like, yeah, we tune stuff out. Like, we're not paying attention to the Jimmys and Joes like that, but at the same time, like, you still, I mean, it affects you. You know what I mean? You just gotta have the right mentality when it comes to it, though. I've seen a lot of growth at quarterback from Jalen when he first got to Bama to now. Oh yeah, he's definitely made strides. And again, I'm not by any means saying like he was perfect or none of it was. No, you guys we've already done all the critiques. So I mean, like, from a football perspective, but we leave it at that. It's all about ball, man. Like, you'll never hear me like talking like that about these dudes. It's lame. Because I just know what the sacrifice really takes. You know what I mean? Like, and I think if a lot of people actually, which, again, no disrespect, but like, if everybody could do it, they would do it, but they can't. There's a reason there's only select people that get to do it. I think they'd have much greater respect, and they probably pump the brakes on, treating folks like that, especially ones like him. I've met Milroe. He's a great guy. He's great bit of character and seems like a great person. He represented Alabama first class manner. But me personally, I didn't like him as a quarterback. Yeah, no, Justin, but that's your right. I'm not saying you have to think he's the best quarterback. I'm not saying that. I'm referring to the idiots that go out and trash him. The fans, so-called fans that trash him. That's what I'm talking about. And welcome back into Miller's Edge Style 100.9, 1230 WTBC. Time to go to the phone lines 205 342 9904. We got JR up first. JR, welcome in. Oh, did he drop Chase? Going once, twice. JR, are you there?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We got you. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, welcome in. You're up.
Still there?
Yeah, we're waiting on you.
I'm having a tough time getting through with you. But anyway, I've got a couple topics, and one is probably more in line with what you mentioned you wanted to talk about today, and that would be depth chart concerns. Where are they going to need to be working on depth? And one question about the depth is, are there position changes needing maybe possibly be done from one position where they have more depth to a position that needs more depth?
Interesting question. Is there anybody or anything in specific you're thinking of, or are you just asking?
Well, I know that running backs seem to be pretty well. We've got 5 good running backs right now, and so I'm not really concerned about that. But mainly, I'm talking about in offensive or defensive linemen, and because those are the big fellas, and that's ones that I feel like that probably need more depth.
Well, I would say we actually have a good bit of depth on the defensive line. It's at least at the bandit position, you've got a great deal of depth. Almost, I wouldn't say too much, right? You never really can have too much, but LT Overton, you bring in Kelby Collins from Florida, Jordan Renaud, who's a redshirt sophomore, who's, in my eyes, honestly, he's, probably one of the best pass rushers in that bunch. I know LT Overton, obviously, you say he's the best, most productive one, but from a tools and technique standpoint, Jordan Renaud is up there with them. And I'm excited about what he can do. And we haven't even gotten to Keelan Keeley, who's been developing nicely. And we heard Bray with some high praise for him about all the work that he's doing. So that's 4 guys at one position on that defensive line. And I'd argue, that obviously might be one of the position with the most depth. If you're referring more so inside, inside you're going to need some guys to come along. Obviously you've got Tim Keenan and James Smith as the 2 names coming back that a lot of people have a lot of high expectations for. But then behind them, right, Jeremiah Beeman and Edric Hill, 2 guys that haven't had the most experience just yet, but guys that this coaching staff are really excited about and feel that they can have a great impact. I think there's more depth there than people realize. It's just because not everybody has really had that opportunity to go out there and show it. But behind the scenes, these guys have been developing very nicely, and I think they're really excited about them. So at least the 2 deep with the interior guys, you should be pretty solid with. After that, we're going to have to see, you know what I mean? I know Steve Mbumoa, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but he's a physical specimen. He was the one, I think, from Canada and ended up getting pushed back a year or something like that. But anyway, I don't know, where how quick he'll develop, but he's probably a raw player, but in terms of, his physical tools, man, he's got a lot to work with. But and then at the Wolf spot, it's kind of similar to what I mentioned with the other guys. You got Quay Rusaw and Jamarian Latham, two names that people are very familiar with, 2 guys that obviously you can count on and go out there and do their job. And Quay Rusaw should take that next step and maybe be even one of the top guys on this defense. I expect him to be, but after that, we're going to have to see. I mean, Yonze Pierre, Justin Hill, and even Noah Carter, which one of those young guys can step up, or Cavante Hendry, who we talked about yesterday with Bray Hubbard. You know, his explosiveness, his bend, his ability, the traits that he has to be an edge guy. I mean, if he can put it together, I think he could end up being a guy that you're not hearing much about right now, but 2-3 months down the road, you start hearing a lot more about him. So that would be the defense side of things. Offensive side of things, in terms of the trenches, you're right. I mean, that's going to be important. But the good news is this spring you had a number of guys that were banged up that allowed younger guys to get more opportunities, even some of the freshmen. Jackson Lloyd got a lot of good reps with, some of the, ones and twos at times. Definitely the twos, but I even think some of the ones, he was working in there. So that was great experience for him. I know Elias Allen, I should say, excuse me. He got to work in there with the ones a lot because of some injuries. So believe it or not, going into the spring, you were a little more concerned with the offensive line depth, but coming out of it because of the experience gained with some of those injuries to the top guys, you feel a little bit better about it. But in terms of moving positions and stuff like that, you probably will see, not probably, you will see guys moving, along the offensive line. They always do that. That's very common. But in terms of like moving, like, somebody from the offensive line to the defensive line, we did that a couple of times with Coach Saban. I don't necessarily see anything like that. I guess you never say never, but I mean, I guess you got a guy like Michael Carroll who I fully expect to be a really great offensive lineman at some point. I mean, he has experience playing some defensive line. Could they at some point maybe say, hell, we want to see what he can do? Maybe, but I highly doubt it. I mean, I think that's a long shot. But other than that, though, I think everything's about what you would expect. I mean, you got Mbakwe who moved to receiver. Could they say maybe we need more depth in the DB room and move him back? I think that's more of, again, like a long shot scenario, but more of like an emergency plan. But yeah, other than just moving guys along the offensive line, I think that's about it.
Well, all right, appreciate that. But I got another quick question for you, and that is, are there any rule changes or penalty changes this year that need to be made about, that you know of?
That need to be, you said, say that one more time. Sorry.
That have been made.
Yeah,
that you're aware of. And
yeah, go ahead.
There are.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going. Yeah, I was just talking about where the changes have been made. First attention. Maybe we another time talk about changes that need to be made.
Yeah, I know there's a couple things that stood out. I think there's, number one, new overtime rules. Starting in the third overtime, teams will be limited to one timeout, a change from the previous rule. And I'm just reading this that allow one timeout per overtime period. Allegedly, that was intended to reduce the length of overtime and prevent excessive delays. And the other one, I think they changed the rule with like faked injuries that now will penalize teams for faking injuries. If the medical personnel enters the field to evaluate an injured player after the ball has been spotted, the team will be charged a timeout. If the team has no timeouts left, a 5-yard delay of game penalty will be assessed. And then I do know one other one, that directly affects the defensive guys is that the stem rule. Now, I'm not sure if you're familiar with what stemming is or what that means, but what that is that's movement across the line. That's movement to kind of we do it to, it's basically like when you disguise on the defensive line. So basically you might disguise, let's just say, over front, then you're stemming to, an under or a tight front. You're stemming you're changing the alignment, but abruptly. And what we started to do as defenders was we would do it on like, quick and very snappy. That way we could try to encourage the offensive line to jump. Right, we were trying to get them to have an offsides penalty, right, or whatever, the encroachment, whatever it is for the offensive lineman. But they changed that rule, and so now, if a ref sees, you still can stem, but it was basically, I think they said like it includes a guy off the ball, so like you can't have somebody off the ball involved in that stem, and if they feel like it's like done into like to a manner like maybe like excessively or something like that, they can call a penalty on the defensive line. So that is new, and that's going to be interesting to see how that is enforced, because I don't know how strict they plan on being with that, because I do know like if you go back and watch, if you really want to know what a stem is, go back and watch Georgia. Georgia stems probably every snap. Their defensive line, just go watch the defensive line. You'll see that quick movement where all guys shift at one time. That's a stem. We do it some too. But I mean, Georgia comes to mind because they probably do it like every snap. And so I don't know how sensitive those refs are going to be to it. I tried to pull up the video. I can probably try to find it and play it for you guys. They did a presentation on it, but I was confused because I was thinking that they were referring to the off-ball guy, meaning like a guy that's lined up at like an outside backer. He can't stem up on like to the line of scrimmage because then he's kind of advancing forward. And I thought that's what they're referencing in the video, but then they were saying no, the backside guy. He made some movement, and it wasn't so much a stem. It was almost like he just kind of flinched his body. So I think you're allowed to stem to a different position on the defensive line, but you can't flinch where you're almost like intentionally trying to get them to jump without really being a natural stem movement. But I'll try to find. Yeah, I'll try to find that video. But they had a little presentation. Somebody recorded a quick little clip of it, and it's like 30 seconds. I'll try to find that.
All right. You're very informative. I appreciate it. And like I said, I'll talk with you about some other questions another time.
Yeah, that sounds great, JR. We appreciate it, man. Great stuff as always.
All right. Take care. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you. All right. Good deal, man. Yeah, I'll try to find that video for you guys because that is a big one, especially as, you know, a defensive guy, man. I mean, stemming is a big part of defense nowadays. So I'm going to be curiously watching game one to see, or really all the games across college football to see how it's being penalized, I should say. We got to hit a timeout. When we come back, we'll keep on rolling on this Talking Tuesday edition of Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230, WTBC.
365, 24/7. You'll find road and utility crews, tow trucks, law enforcement, and first responders working along Alabama's roadway.
We're making improvements and helping our communities stay connected.
We're working hard to make sure you're safe on the road.
Southern, what's going on? Dwight says, how many scrimmages do they have before week one? Normally 2. Q, you dropped the call? Were you lying? I thought you were on the phone line. You dropped. Congrats, Dave. You just retired, man. You have plenty of time to watch some football, man. Congrats. Yeah, typically, Dwight, they have I want to say, I don't know why, Mike. Is it 3 though? I'm pretty sure 2 though. At least we always did 2. But I don't know why. For some reason, I'm almost thinking 3, but that wouldn't make sense. I think it's 2. Should be 2. It should be 2, and then you got like that stadium practice. But we always did 2. There's one year we were doing a scrimmage in the stadium, and when I tell you, it started storming bad. And like, listen, when you're like on a team or when you're playing college football, storm's like your best friend, bro. Because you would be, especially during training camp. I mean, like, think about it. You're practicing this heat every single day. I mean, it's just a lot, man. You're just getting worn out. But then when the storm comes, that means you got to go inside. And Coach Saban used to he used to wait until they until Jeff Allen and company made it. I said all right, man, lightning is literally a mile away. We have to go inside. He would not be trying to go inside. And we were scrimmaging in the stadium one time, and I just remember we had got a little bit of the scrimmage in. And this big storm came in. Hold on. I'll tell her when we come back. We're about to come back now.
Dial 711 for TTY accessibility.
This is Miller's Edge on Tide 100.9.
And welcome back into this Talking Tuesday. This is the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC just got done talking with JR. Good stuff there. Talked a little bit about the depth going into training camp, some rule changes. One of the big ones, and I'm still looking for this video, but about the stemming rule, that will be big, especially for a team. I know I'm telling you, Georgia stems all the time. We used to do it all the time. Obviously, Kirby's going to have that in his game, his playbook, right? His game plan. That's what they do, right? Always, because again, it's basically disguising the defense, right? But more so the defensive front, just like the secondary guys, like Bray was talking about yesterday, right? They disguise a lot. They have a cover 3 look. That's their shell typically, but they disguise. Sometimes they'll show different looks. They'll show 2 high, then get to single high. But stemming allows the defensive front guys to disguise, right? And so obviously, I might start in a 9 technique, but I know I'm stemming to a 5 because I'm about to be on a path. I might be running a pirate stunt, right? I got to get to that alignment. But first, I'm going to show outside. So we used to always do that, right? Because what it does is it gives us an advantage. The offensive line, you got to think about this. They have blocking schemes depending on the front and the alignment of the defense. So what it does is not only does it encourage them to jump, but when these offensive linemen are, identifying things, right? Normally, they're identifying the mic, right? They're pointing out who the mic linebacker is, and they're looking at the front, right? And depending on who's in front of them or what they've got, what look they have, they're going to block things a certain way. But those last minute stems are, that's what it does. Those 2 things, right? It has a chance of making them, go off sides or encroachment. Okay, I'm forgetting which one is which. 2 things are basically the same thing, but you guys get what I'm saying. Or it screws up the blocking scheme and then it messes everything up. So if you ever see like plays get blown up in the backfield and guys look like they're just unblocked, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a stem that happened before that really kind of confused those offensive linemen. That being said, they're probably going to be cracking down on the stem thing, which I'm glad he brought up that point because I was kind of on the fence about it. I'm like, I understand, like, it's not fair necessarily to be able to do things to like really make guys jump to an extent, right? But at the same time, the offense, they can hard count, right? They can say, like, you know what I mean? Like they can sit there and make you flinch or try to get you to jump that away. Now, movement's a little bit different, but they can motion guys. Now, I will say, like a tight end can go from just like, he can be like off the ball or he can be on the ball. He can back up, which is slow movement. It's not really going to, like, as a defensive guy, it's not going to get you to jump so fast. But he can kind of snap into his motion. To me, I'm like, that feels very similar to stemming. And they're allowed to do that. Now, an offensive lineman can't stem. But like I said, a tight end can be up and then snap back and motion over. To me, that's pretty similar. But anyway, real quick before we go to the timeout. Well, actually, no, we got to hit this top of hour break. We had Dwight in here. He was asking about how many scrimmages that they do in camp, and the answer is like 2. But it made me think of one year. With all this weather that we have, all this heat. One year, man, I'll tell the story on the other side. But just know we were scrimmaging in the stadium, and a big storm came, and we swore, man, we thought we had it figured out, and then it did not turn out how we thought it was going to turn out. I'll explain that in further detail when we come back. Plus, we'll go back to the phone lines, 205-342-9904. Want to hear from you guys. Talking Tuesday. Training camp kicks off tomorrow. What are you guys most looking forward to? Who are you most looking forward to watching? I want to hear from you guys. Let me know. Or you can always let me know in the chat. Come hang out with us at The Miller's Edge on YouTube. We're live streaming right now. Also on the Tide 100.9 Facebook page. You can hang out and watch the show there as well. Top of the hour break. We'll be right back right here at Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC.
WTBC Tuscaloosa and
Mike, I don't know if you saw this, but Boo Carter, the one that you had asked about, he after missing the last 2 weeks, multiple workouts, he's not going to be dismissed from the team. And allegedly Josh Heupel was going to address the situation in a press conference. Very interesting stuff. Guys skip out on stuff, and now head coach is holding a press conference to spill this drink on me. Yeah, that's crazy. Coach Saban would not hold no damn press conference, none of that crap. ever. Yeah, I'm glad we don't have that drama either, man. That's just weird. I mean, like, why are you holding a press conference, man? Like, bro, just handle it internally. I mean, I know it's catching a lot of attention, but I mean, maybe he's just addressing it in the press conference. I mean, Chris Lowe tweeted, so I mean, we don't have to worry about fake news there. But yeah, I mean, I guess he's going to address it. I mean, what is it? I just don't understand. But to each his own. I guess that's how they handle it. Dang, they really are taking the field tomorrow for training camp, man. That flew by. Flew by. Oh, that video. Let me pull that up real quick. Let me see. It was a good clip because it had an example on there too of the stem. Where did it go, man? Any of you guys in the chat, if you've seen that video, you know what I'm talking about. Send it to me on the on our X. It's where they were doing the like the presentation at that conference or whatever about the rule changes or something like that. It might have been at like a media, not media days, but something. It's like a minute long, maybe. Dr. Crystal, what's going on? Good afternoon. Starting to cool down. I'd imagine so up in New York, man. Shoot. Getting into August, you guys are definitely cooling down a lot quicker than we are. Feels like we're heating up. Guys, where is this video at, man? I'm not going to give up. I'm going to find it. I just want you guys to see the clip. I can find a clip of Georgia's defense and at least show you the stem. And welcome back into this Talking Tuesday edition of the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC, presented by the Good Feet Store, America's Arch Support Experts. I'm trying to find that video about the stem rule change, just because to me that was one of the bigger rule changes. Obviously, the overtime rule is big, faking injury stuff, but in terms of, look, I'm a defensive guy. I just know how much that would affect us because we really liked to stem when I was there. Again, Coach Saban and all the various coordinators that I had, that was always a big staple of our defenses. But I know a lot of people really implement stemming, which again, Alabama does it now too. I mean, I see them stem a lot too. Georgia always comes to mind because they play very similar to how we played. And I just know anytime I watch them, I mean, like almost every snap you see them stemming. But anyway, if I find this video, we'll get back to it. But worst case, I'll at least show a clip on YouTube that at least shows a stem. I know I described it, but I want you guys to at least have a visual of like what exactly that means. That way you understand what these new refs will be looking out for. That being said, let's go back to the phone lines, 205-342-9904. Yeah, Mike, that's right. Rochester, New York. That's where my mom's from. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. We got whoops, let me go. Damn, I'm drawing a blank. Chase, who we have next? We have Marty from Arkansas. Marty, welcome in.
Hey, Christian, how you doing today?
I'm great, Marty.
You know, one thing is, it's a team sport. It's just like I got an argument this morning about Tom Brady. Yeah, he won Super Bowls, but Pete Carroll gave him one when he didn't run the football, or he didn't win that one. And no one talks about how good that defense with Bruschi and all them were. It's all Brady this or Brady. Yeah, he did it, but he had help. He wasn't the only man out there. That defense made stops, Vinatieri kicked field goals in one game for him. So, I mean, it's a team sport, and that's what makes me mad, too, about Melrose. Melrose didn't lose the Vanderbilt game. That defense lost the Vanderbilt game. They couldn't stop a wet noodle in a paper sack that day.
I don't know if I've heard that one before. I might start using that. I like that one.
But, I mean, there's where...
You're right. We couldn't get off the field, though. I would argue that definitely probably was one of the biggest factors. That, and if you go back and look at the numbers game, right? I'm not talking about the yards. I'm talking about the clock, right? Which goes hand in hand with not getting off the field. The time of possession, I think they literally had the ball like 70% of the time. We honestly, we couldn't get off the field and we were scoring too fast. I mean, like we weren't having sustainable drives. I mean, because that happens when you don't have a consistent running game. You're kind of just, trying to hit on explosive plays.
Right. This whole thing of last year's team, we had big plays, but we didn't have sustainable
drives. No,
drives. Like, 80-yard, and I'm not saying, I'm just using 80, but a 60-yard drive to eat up some clock or have the defense rest. We throw a bomb, boom, touchdown, and here comes the defense back out there. We never had sustainable drives. But it makes me, it's a team game. I mean, fans, all these fans, they sit up there. They ain't down there coaching. They think they're the best coach in the whole country, and they're not making no millions of dollars to make a decision. They're making a decision on their ticket.
Yeah, like I said, man, and to me, again, anybody that wants to critique, cool, that's one thing. It's just the hateful energy, man. I don't understand that part of it. I never will, man. But it's neither here nor there. It is what it is, man. Good news is new season is finally here. Kicks off officially tomorrow on the practice field, man, which is crazy to think about. Marty, anybody specific you're looking forward to seeing more from this fall camp? I know it's just fall camp, and I know I'm hyping it up, but at the end of the day, we still got a month or so until we actually play a game. But anything that you're curious to really looking out for during fall camp?
That running back, Slam, whatever his name is. You're running.
Daniel Hill?
Starts with an S. No, starts with an S. Everyone talking about him. He took over. He was behind last year. Everyone's saying he might be the starting running back.
Well, you got Jam Miller. You got Richard
Sham Miller. That's the one right there. Sham Miller. I don't remember names. So that's my 8th grader. I can't remember a lot. But another thing is how back in the day, and you can ask your dad this when next time he's on. Okay, coaches would go out there in the 60s. I can remember because I was a water boy. The coach would say, "Take 2 salt tablets and get a cup of water and get back out there. It's not hot out here." And they stay out there from 1 to 5. Now, I mean, that boy died of heat stroke at football practice last week. I mean, I don't know. It just mind boggles me back 20, 30, 40 years ago. Coach would leave them out there from 1 to 5, and all you give them is 2 salt tablets and a cup of water, and they were in full pads, and you didn't hear of people passing out or whatever. You heard parents complaining at coaches, "Man, you're keeping them out in this heat." Well, we want to win a championship. I mean, there's where
you think it's hotter nowadays, Marty? Though I'm asking because I know you got some experience.
Yeah, I think it is because paved roads. You got more paved roads. That's what my meteorologist. Paved roads reflect the heat, and that has a lot to do with the heat. I don't know how true that is, but there's a lot more paved roads out there than 50 years ago.
Fair. No, it makes sense. I trust you. Marty.
Well, but I mean, yeah. But it's just like what your dad said. We can say, "Hey, we want this team to win 11 or 12 games." That's like me. I'm going around these high schools and watching them play and going to the practice because I know a lot of the coaches at some of the high schools, and on Sunday they help me break down the Alabama game and what we did wrong. But like I tell some of them, I mean, they're out, it makes me mad when they say, "Well, we're supposed to beat this team or we lost this team and never should have lost." you know what? Those 22 players put in practice just like everybody else, and they're fighting out there to win a game too.
Yeah. You're exactly
I mean,
right.
they might, I mean, they gone out in that heat, just like, I mean, there's a school here that hadn't won a game in, I don't know when, because they don't have, like your dad, I told them, man, y'all got to go get some Jimmy Joes. And they say, what are Jimmy Joes? Tater tot? I said, no, some players, man, some players. And
100%.
they said, well, Coach says, this is all that comes out. I said, well, hey, they do the best they can, and that's all. And they get good support. But, I mean, that's what, if they win a game, everybody's going to be mad because they won a game. They lost to that team and stuff like that. And that's what I don't understand, like Alabama or Mississippi State this year. I mean, they could win. There are 5 games winnable on that schedule, and that would be a big achievement for them. I mean, there's where, like what we're talking about, what team would overachieve, underachieve. Mississippi State could win 5 or 6, and that would be an overachievement for them. True. Even though they're not going nowhere, and they're not that good, we should have beat them. Well, you know what? That coach is on the line for a job. He's got to try to win some game somewhere, and that's what I don't think people understand that. Those other teams are out there just playing and sweating their uniforms and everything. I won't say other word. Everything.
Yeah, I'm sure we knew where you're going. We were picking up what you're putting down, Marty.
All right.
We understood where you're going. No worries. Go ahead.
No, that's all right. I mean, I didn't mean to go there. I mean, no,
you're good. No, I was joking around. No, I was saying we understood. No, we knew. We got it.
But I mean, it just mind boggles me about, well, we played bad. Well, maybe the other team played a little better. It's just like baseball. Relief pitcher comes in, number one relief pitcher comes in and gives up a 3-home run, and the fans go home and like last other night ball game, man, we need to trade him. Or coach, I don't know why the coach brought him in. Well, he saved 18 games for you so far. He's not going to save he's going to have a bad night. That's just like, there's a story I'm going to tell, okay? Because Ryan Williams was 17 years old. We don't know. I mean, he may have had problems, in class. You don't know. I mean, I couldn't have went to college, a big university at 17. I couldn't even do it now and get lost with 10,000 people. I mean, I live in a town of only 500. My big town is going to Memphis and getting lost. So, I mean, there's where, it's a different culture and everywhere you go. And he had to get, at 17, he had a lot thrown at him. And a lot of people expected a lot from him, and he may have put too much pressure on himself. But a story, and this to be true, all right?
That's right.
Razorbacks, they were picked to win the championship. But in the middle of the season, they were undefeated. But the wide receiver and Joe Ferguson's girlfriend went out with the wide receiver and broke up with Joe Ferguson. Joe Ferguson never threw him another pass.
Oh, wow. Wow,
and
yeah.
In the last game of the year, Frank Broyles benched them both and started Scott Bull and someone else. And that's just a story for another day. But that's just stuff that you don't know what goes on in people's lives and what happens after football. I mean, I know there's rules and regulations. I'm not saying go get in trouble.
Right.
But we don't know how hard, studying, like with him, studying.
Right.
At 17, he had to crack the books on college. It's not, and I know he was smart and upstanding, but I mean, when you're in a classroom with this 30 people, and then you go to Alabama, the classroom with 1,000 people in it, it's a whole different thing.
100%. And you're right. That's why I mentioned earlier, Marty, you're right. Guys are banged up, right? I know he dealt with some little nagging things, right? Just like everybody else. There's a number of things, right? I mean, again, I think it just goes to show that Milroe is on the forefront of everybody's mind from last year, and he's going to get all the blame per usual. Nothing new, but I highly doubt Ryan would sit there and say online as if he's inferring that, he's clearly pointing at his quarterback from last season, man. I wouldn't go there, but of course, other people are going to try to do that. Marty, we appreciate you, brother. All right, good deal.
I'll yell at you tomorrow.
Yes, sir. It sounds good. All right, we got to hit timeout. We come back. We keep on rolling. Talking Tuesdays in Miller's Edge. Todd 100.9, 1230. WTBC. He's the old school guys are fun, man. He's right though, but he always is he's always on the same page as us, man. Good dude. Oh wait, I think I might have found this video I was talking about. See if I can pull it up real quick. QD, what's up? Talking Tuesday, man. Talk to me. What you got? You can drop in the chat. You ain't got to call in. What's on your mental today? Oh yeah, matter of fact, bet. Here we go. Got this video right here. Let's see.
With we've seen a lot of additional action on the defensive side of the ball prior to the ball being snapped.
Cutie, I got something for you, Cutie.
There's a lot of what I'll call abrupt, coordinated movement by the defense. And what we've seen is over the last 4 or 5 years.
Dang, it's even cotton candy flavor for you, QD.
And I attribute it to what the defense is doing on that side of the ball. And it's just not what I see in the Southeastern
Here you go, QD.
It's what my peers and I have all been seeing across the nation.
Type of energy, huh?
This year, a change in the football
I'm
rules
just messing with
is
you.
we're adding a standard to the defensive side of the ball that the offenses have.
I'll just give you a hard time. Nah, facts. I'm with you.
The definition of a false start has forever been action that simulates the snap. That standard, action that simulates the snap, is now put on the defense as well, and the officials are being asked to judge defensive movement in that light. We're going to watch this defensive tackle that's lined up between the right tackle and the right guard.
So he's talking about this guy, which technically this is a defensive, it'd be a defensive left, but offensive right. He's talking about this defensive tackle who's in this three technique right here. This is what's confusing because if you watch this guy's movement, like his stem, like these guys are what they're doing is a stem. Like,
and you can see he has two down.
See how they jump up and they stem. Let me see what his movement looked more like a flinch
between the right tackle.
See what I'm saying? Like that is like what he just did was like a flinch. He just kind of flinched his body. That's not a stem. The other guys are stemming.
We're going to watch this defensive tackle that's lined up between the right tackle and the right guard. And you can see he has two down teammates to our left of him that are going to, what football coaches do called stemming, right? That action by the two that are stemming on our left, legal. But you can see in concert with that, we have a tackle between the right guard and right tackle who's flinching. He's simulating action in the snap. And it works. It makes the right guard move here, right? This is action that has now been written into the rules, codified, that it's an illegal, it's what we call delay of game defense. This is not a false start on the offense. The next play is going to, this isn't necessarily a rule change as much as it's a new emphasis for the judgment that officials are going to use with what we call defensive matchups when the offense substitutes in typically a high tempo.
It's 95 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
This is Miller's Edge on Tide 100.9.
Yeah, he did briefly, QD, because of that Ryan Williams video, man. And welcome back into the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. So during that break we just watched on the stream, the example of the new rule change regarding the stemming. Hopefully they gave you guys, at least the ones that watched on stream, a good picture of kind of what is going to be the new change. Still kind of confusing for me because the guys to the offensive left side of the screen, when they stem, to me, that's a very traditional stem. If anything, I mean, that's a very respectable stem. It didn't, they didn't do anything too aggressive to really, I don't know, influence the guys. They just did a quick movement. That's how it's supposed to be. And he was, the guy he's referencing to me doesn't really stem. The guy he's referencing stays in a three technique. That's a flinch. a flinch is no different than if the offensive lineman flinches. So I mean, if you actually know it is different because on defense, we've seen guys like flinch forward, but as long as they get back, they're good. That's why I mean I feel like, and maybe there is a further explanation, or maybe I don't know, but I'm curious to see how this is going to be enforced. I'm glad JR brought this up because this could be very. I could see it being a little problematic this year because coaches, I'm telling you, I mean, stemming is a part of many defenses nowadays. And if you have some refs that are going to be calling movements like, certain movements offsides and others no, I feel like there's going to be a lot of gray area. And maybe they're trained up to get it right. But what I do know is anytime there's like a change in rules like that for refs, there's always like a period of like growing pains, right? And there's going to be some guys that call stuff the way they used to be called, other guys that are overly sensitive because they think they got to look out for it. It's kind of like when they changed, what rule was that? There was a rule change. I can't remember what it was, but I remember they just overly were calling it. I mean, targeting probably is a good example, right? That's actually a really good example, probably one of the better ones, but I don't know. We'll have to see. And real quick note, it's hard to tell because they don't have a tight end in the course, so I don't really know what side was a strength. But I was going to give Ricky a little front note because when we were talking about defensive fronts, now I'm just going to give him a heads up on kind of like what you're looking at in terms of front wise. Over versus under; those are your very traditional fronts. Over means you've got a 3 technique, 2 basically the tight end side. Under would be the 1. It's basically just flip it. The 1 would be to the tight end side. The 3 would be away. Without there being a Y in the core here, it's kind of hard for me to exactly tell. But what really this is kind of interesting. What they're stemming to is either getting to some form of a almost looks like they get to a tight front. It's kind of going kind of fast. Which a tight front, if you guys are wondering, so you got a head up nose, then you've got like 4-eye, 2 4-eye, so 4-eye, 0 4-eye. Which that looks like kind of what they're getting to. Anyway, that being said, let's go back to the phone lines before I go down the whole rabbit hole of terminology, which we probably don't need to do that right now. Who we got up next? Is Tommy still with us? Tommy, you on the phone lines with us?
Yeah, man. How are you?
There he is. Oh, I'm great, man. I can tell you sound pretty good, though. You must be excited about tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. I'm very excited. Before we get into that, I'm going to pay you a compliment.
Oh, thank you.
Yesterday was about the best 2 hours of sports talk I have heard in a long time when you brought the Alabama play. How you and your father and him broke down. I mean,
Tommy, come on.
I didn't call in.
Don't chapstick the Miller's Edge, Tommy. You can't do that, man. You can't. Look, you're too kind. Don't do that, Tommy. Come on, man. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you. I'm just being funny. No, seriously, thank you. But really, big thanks to Bray. I mean, without Bray, I mean, it wouldn't have been able to do that. And for him to be, so kind to do it in that capacity, that's why the goal is to bring those guys on here more. Number one, because I know how you guys love it. But 2, I think it allows us to put them in a position to really just be themselves, talk football, and you guys get to know them better on a different level. Because look, again, and this isn't like taking any shots at anybody else that does interviews or whatever, but I'm just gonna call a spade a spade. Other people can't connect with those guys like we can because we understand it, right? It's almost like we speak the same language. And I think what you guys see, and the reason you guys enjoy it so much, because it's got a different feel to it. It's not as if like I'm holding a camera in their face after practice, and it's very, no, just like I told him before he came on here. Because I mean, I know, bro. I just told him, like, just so you know, man, we're laid back, bro. We're gonna be talking some football. Like, I'm gonna take care of you in terms of we're not gonna ask you any silly questions or put you in a weird spot. Like, bro, we're just gonna kick it. And you could just tell, man, he was comfortable and man, talking football, he was breaking it down. He's a smart dude. So anyway, I say all that to say, man, thank you so much for that, and I hope we can continue to.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but it was really enjoyable. I mean, you learned about the X and O and what he was thinking during the play. I was talking about the LSU game. He said, I was saying something I didn't realize I was saying. You could hear it on the tape as people reacted, my teammate. I mean, that is getting inside of the huddle without being in the huddle. You see what I'm saying? I mean, maybe nobody else enjoyed it, but let me say this. My opinion, I enjoyed I mean, I didn't want to call in that how good it was. Okay, I don't need
Hey,
to.
that's saying something.
Like,
That's probably the biggest thing you could say, Tommy. I mean, I know you love to get on the phone line. So if you said it made you sit back and say, I'm not calling him right now. That's all I need to hear, man.
No,
don't worry. I'm gonna do.
no.
We're gonna do more of it. Like I said earlier, man. With training camp kicking off, I mean, we will get them on here. I mean, I already got it in the works. We'll get more guys on here. It's just lining it up with their schedule, but we're definitely going to try to do that. Now, I don't know if we'll be able to kind of kick it like we did yesterday. I mean, because again, Brad had an off day and he just was hanging out. They'll probably be on a little bit more of a time crunch, so I can't promise that it will be as in depth and as long as we were able to do yesterday. At least right now during camp, but during the season, man, yeah, no, we'll do more of that stuff, man. I think you guys are in store for some really exciting stuff, man. I got some fun stuff planned. But thank you so much for those compliments, Tommy. Seriously, thank you. And thank you to Brady.
I mean, it was what sports talk radio really supposed to be about instead of screaming at each other. You dumb, you dumb. I'm like,
yeah.
I learned this lesson like, well, no, we don't need to take this bait. If he catches a 5-yard pass, it's third down 15, tackle him and get him down.
Yep.
Don't give up. I mean, it was just really in depth. That's the part I enjoy because I want to learn more. I mean, I'm an old quarterback sitting in a lounge chair on a couch listening, y'all. I mean, this is my hobby. This is what I enjoy doing. This is my hobby. People want to paint. People want to watch birds. Not me. This is what I want. I've done it since I was a little kid, and this is what I love. I mean, I was playing my football season, and it put a face with a number. I mean, so it won't give you a right to yell at him, and we lose, but it was very, very informative. I was real proud.
Love that, man. I love that, man. Don't worry, man. That inspires me to we're going to do it as much as possible, man. I'm really glad that that you guys enjoyed it. You said you're excited, man. Tell me what you're excited about. I know everything, but practice kicks off tomorrow, Tommy. What's on your mind, man? What are you most looking for? I guess I should word it like this. Matter of fact, I should have put this out there. I mean, because I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna watch. What do you guys want me to kind of pay attention to? Right? I mean, now luckily, I can hang out there for a good minute. Now I got to get back and get ready to do the show, so I'll have to leave about 20-30 minutes early. But I'll be able to kind of make my rounds and kind of check a little bit of everything out. But is there anything in specific, or any players or groups?
I would like to see this been a thing we haven't been able to do the last 3 or 4 years. Late in the ball game, our running backs haven't been breaking tackles. I want our offensive line to wear the defense down of the offense. I want us to have long, controlled drive. I have watched that Vanderbilt game twice on that network. I'm not supposed to say. I'm like, controlling the clock. That's what Vanderbilt did. Alabama made a lot of mistakes. They went to sell as union for the freaks on technique and fundamentals.
Yeah, which you're going to see a lot of that tomorrow. And I should say this. Let me be clear. Tomorrow is day one, right? So really tomorrow, I'll be honest with you, is acclimation type day, fundamentals type day, getting in the swing of practice schedule type day. So to be clear, I mean, day one, you're never looking for fireworks. You're never looking for. I mean, they'll do some team stuff at the end for sure, but definitely going to be fundamental and technique driven. Really just kind of getting your body acclimated, because I don't think people understand this, man, but you really have to adjust and adapt your body to wearing a helmet again. Like your neck, this sounds silly, but I don't care how much you lift in the weight room, how much weight you put on your back and get under that squat rack. There's something different about running around with the 10-pound helmet, however much it weighs. I got a few back there. Maybe I can hold them for a second, kind of get a better idea, but you got to get back used to that. And so that's probably what tomorrow is really going to be based off of, but still exciting, man. Get to see guys spin a little bit. But you mentioned the running backs. I am going to go check them out because, again, a lot of talk about, at least from my end, I've been talking a lot about them, but a lot of people I talked to are excited about them. Daniel Hill and company, I want to see those guys kind of move around. Because, again, I know, Jam, Richard and company, but I like Daniel Hill. He kind of intrigues me, man. I hear so much about him from a lot of people. I want to see a little bit more and kind of see how he looks. You know what's funny, man? We don't talk about this young man, but like Kevin Riley in that running back room, smaller, kind of real shifty, real agile guy, local guy, by the way. But he's a great player, man. He looked really good to me in the spring. Like him running the football looked really good. Now, obviously he probably needs to get a little bit bigger, and I don't know, how much of a role he'll end up having, but he's a guy that he caught my attention, man. And I don't know, he might be a year out from really making an impact. I don't know, but definitely caught my attention.
No, it's a new season. And I always say, people say, well, what do you look for? I said, going to the first game of the year, I'm right in the stadium. I mean,
True.
for me, being a lot of Tuscaloosa, and the air getting ready to change to fall, and just something, I'm thankful I get a chance to go back to right in the stadium. I mean, this is going to sound crazy because, I thank God every day he put me in Tuscaloosa with my parents. I don't want to live nowhere else. I'm happy. I get to watch Alabama football. I got a great family. I'm one happy old fart in my later years.
I hear you.
So, maybe I shouldn't have said that last word, but hey, I'm content. And just, the university being part of my family life for 2 or 3 generations, it's something I look forward to. I'm just looking forward to all these players doing, see how they perform. I remember, people, Ron Williams is only 18 years old this year. Give him a break. If he stays 4 years, he won't be right at 21 or 20 when he graduates. Think about that for a moment. He might be 21 years old when he goes to the NFL, or 20.
He is. That's a great point. He is going to be probably one of the youngest. Ashawn Robinson, what's crazy is big and as old as he looked. I know there's that famous picture where people think he made Derrick Henry look small. It really was the angle. He didn't make Derrick look that small, at least in the way the picture did. But he was about 20 years old when he went out. So Ryan's going to be very similar because Ryan's 18 this year. Wait, actually, could Ryan be 19? Hold on. If he's playing a sophomore year, 18.
No, he'll turn 19 in February, I think. So somebody made a joke.
So he'll be about 20 when he goes into the draft.
Yeah. Yeah. Quick question. I know you don't know the answer. Find out.
Shoot.
Are they going to publish the media guide this year? Alabama media guide. I don't want no electronic. Yeah, to the public. I saw one last year. I was shocked for 3 years. They put it on electronic. Last year I saw Taylor the more thing. I wonder if they're going to do it this year. I love holding that thing in my hand because I already have my 4 magazines I'm on. I have already color-coded it and highlight things I read. So I want the media guy. Come on, university, get it out. I'm impatient for that. I'm sorry.
Do they normally release it to the public, right?
Yeah, they used to, but then they went to electronic. But last year I walked in the store.
You're saying you want a physical copy. Oh, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, I can.
I
can pick
I'll
up.
ask around. I'll be honest with you. I could probably put my hands on one if you really wanted one.
Yeah, but you give me one, you have to give everybody else one, so I wouldn't dare ask you.
No. I could gift you one, Tommy. I think you've earned it, man. And all the support you've given us, brother. I think you've earned it, man. I wouldn't mind doing that for you. No, man. Just for you, Tommy.
I love collecting them. Yeah, man. I love collecting them just like programs. I'm surprised they haven't gone to programs that way. So they've done tickets.
I'll definitely.
It's another story where I'm taking too much time. There's other people want to ask questions. We'll discuss this another day. All right, man.
Sounds good, Tommy. I appreciate you, brother. Roll Tide. Good deal. So considerate of our good friend, two-time Tommy, man. Good stuff. Like you mentioned, man, the Bray Hubbard interview. If you guys missed it, I know QD is in the chat here. He said he wasn't able to catch it. Don't worry, guys. You can always go back and watch this. It's up on our YouTube channel or any of the podcast platforms you get your content from. Just go rewatch or re-listen to the episode yesterday. It's about at the middle of the point mark, and it really goes till the end of the show pretty much. That's how long we ended up doing it. So if you guys missed it, don't worry. Go check that out, man. Really, really good stuff. Quick timeout. We keep on rolling this Talking Tuesday in the Miller's Edge. Shot 100.9, 1230. WTBC.
As a rideshare driver,
Here we go. You got training camp fights already going. Bro, it's always, bro, I swear it's always a lineman that pull that crap, man. It's always linemen that always start that crap. Granted, he did get pushed, but why did he get pushed? Bro, that's like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm biased because I played DN, outside linebacker, whatever. Offensive linemen, they really tick me off, man. I really don't like them. Like all that, bro. Like I get it, blocked to the whistle. I like physicality. Don't get me wrong. But look, first of all, you got this guy in a position. Like let's just talk from a football perspective, bro. You can call that physical, whatever, cool. But when you're in that position on this guy, I mean, you're risking getting a holding penalty just because you're trying to do the most, right? Like once you get that guy, I mean, look, you get the best of. Number one, let's talk about where the defensive guy messed up. I don't know what the hell he's doing, but he's giving his whole body and chest up. He's not, I mean, what is he doing with his hands? Might have got out, man. That happens. Then when you give yourself up like that, like this dude wanted to give him one last push or something cool, but like which I guess he was trying to do. I mean, I guess dude pushed him. I don't know, chat, but I feel like you guys would probably react like that too if somebody's doing all that extra stuff. I know. I mean, hell, that's why I got that penalty against Louisville. That dude was doing all that extra, man. I hate when like linemen, bro. They get on my nerves, man. Man, he caught him good, clean, right? It was a jab. Yeah, it's a jab. Oof, snappy. Damn. Boy might be taking some boxing classes. Damn, that was kind of quick, wasn't it? That's kind of impressive for a offensive tackle, isn't it? I mean, would y'all agree? That's pretty. Damn, that's pretty cool. That's fast punch. Obviously, look, punching with helmets on, guys, by the way, is just so dumb. You're just risking just hurting your hands. Please tell me he ain't close-fisted, though. Damn, did he even close-fisted? No, that's open, right? It's open. All right, good. Always go open, man. If you're going to smack a helmet, or obviously smack is open, but if you're going to quote-unquote punch a helmet, always go open, man. I've known too many dudes that literally damn near break their hands trying to punch, like legit swing, like legit swinging on a helmet. It's the dumbest thing. Coach Saban used to like clown guys. Like if we would get into it, he basically was like, "What are y'all? It's so stupid." Punching
record of over 30 plus.
But he used to be. I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. He used to act like he was so mad that we get into it. But he also liked the competitive. He wouldn't say that.
205.
But it was like you could tell he kind of was like, I mean, you know, if y'all need to kind of get after it. But and then he'd get on us because he knew we had to. But he low key kind of. You get what I'm saying? And welcome back to the Talking Tuesday. It's the Miller's Edge, Todd 100.9, 1230 WTBC. Real quick, let me remind you about our friends over at R&R Cigars. Listen, guys, football season's back. You're looking for a place to go watch. Look, matter of fact, preseason will be back even before anything else, right? That's going to be fun. Thinking of NFL, watching this clip of this training camp brawl or scrum, whatever you want to call it, in practice. Yeah, if you're looking for a place to go watch it, man, go check out R&R Cigars right here, Tuscaloosa, 2703 Gary Fitz Street, man. The best humidor in the Southeast, man. If you guys like to smoke cigars, you saw my dad yesterday when we did the interview. Jesus Christ, Lord help him. But look, man, he likes to watch his, sports and enjoy a stick or what he was, a little tobacco pipe thing. Anyway, R&R Cigars, man, go hang out over there, man. They've got it all for you. Over 160 bourbons you can try as well. You can just hang out, fellowship, a lot of good people there, man, talking sports, watching sports, man. It's a great time. If you've never been there, man, you got to experience it. They got the big mansion right there in that downtown area, man. You can't beat it. Plus, if you guys are just looking to order your cigars, man, look no further. Always go to rnrcigars.com. Why? Because you can use that code Miller's Edge and get 20% off. That code is literally for you guys, right? It's not anything on our end. Y'all legit are just getting a discount because you guys listen to the show. So make sure you guys take advantage of it. Code Miller's Edge, rnrcigars.com, whether it's a gift, you're getting your own supply, whatever the case may be, man. Don't miss out on that because, again, it's literally just a free 20% off for you guys, literally for you guys because you guys listen to the show. So make sure you guys take advantage again. rnrcigars.com. Again, that is R&R Cigars, the official cigar provider of Alabama football since 2014. Chase, was Q06 still on there or did he end up dropping? I think he dropped earlier, right? I just want to make sure he wasn't still hanging.
Yeah, he had to drop.
All right, no deal, or no worries. Good deal. Man, I'm just mixing and matching words today, man. That's part of it, man. It's a Tuesday. I'm just excited for tomorrow. That being said, let's see. Where do we go? I know where we go. Well, let's do this one last time, Chase, before we go into training camp, right? It's like the last day of like talking season, so we might as well just get this out the way, man. We got to do one more. We're going to hear On3's final 2025 season prediction. Now, again, because we are going into training camp. I feel like once you're in training camp, man, I feel like we got to put all the predictions and stuff behind us because it's actually here, right? So we got one last day to do it. So why don't we do that right now? We got JD Piquel, y'all's favorite. I know y'all absolutely love this guy, man. You love when I play his videos. You can't wait for it, right? He's going to break down, I guess, on behalf of On3, the record prediction for Alabama football in 2025. Let's hear what Mr. Piquel had to say.
Predictions that we've had to do this record prediction season. What's going to be the regular season record for the Alabama Crimson Tide, the second year under Kalen DeBoer? Here goes nothing. If you're an Alabama fan, make sure you're subscribed. If you want more content around your Crimson Tide, let us know by subscribing. We appreciate y'all being
about the Miller's Edge, by the way.
I've said on a previous video on a live show, this is one of those teams that I truly don't know what to do with in the 2025 season. Because what the problem was last year was more or less what you had at quarterback didn't fit your system, didn't fit your scheme, right? Now, I love everything else around Alabama. I love the receiver room. I told you I love the secondary. I love the defense as a whole. I like the skilled players in the back. Like I love what Alabama is from a rostered level, but I don't know what to expect from the quarterback position, which is a massive guess. And the reason why that's such a tricky thing to unpack in the context of 2025 is 2024, you didn't have what you needed at quarterback. You went 9-3. So if you're telling me, once again, you don't have what you need at quarterback, if that's the reality for Alabama, then you're sitting in a situation where it's like, well, why should I expect anything different from Alabama? So with all of that being said, the way that I feel about Alabama is conflicted, right? Like it's kind of like when you meet someone that you're very much so infatuated with. You think they could be the one, but you haven't met the parents yet. Well, that's a big part of this equation. I love the roster, but I haven't met the quarterback yet. I'm not 100% sure that I can move forward here. So here's where I fall in the quarterback battle for Alabama. I lean towards just kind of trusting Kalen DeBoer.
So I just got to pause it, man, because I can already see where this video is going, but I just got to throw this in here, man. I'm not going to say lose respect for the guy. I don't respect the dude, man. He's just doing his job. But anytime someone says, oh, last season, the only thing I looked at was the quarterback position, guys. And I know I'm beating a dead horse here, but just to remind you, it's not just me. It's not just my dad. We had Roman Harper on here. Anybody, even Josh Pate, anybody that you talk to that actually has a better idea of the game of football there's no way in hell they watched last season. The only thing it comes down to is one guy or one position, that being quarterback, right? That is fan level, surface level thinking. And I'm just kind of like, man, come on, man. If you're going to have this On3 platform, bro, you got to have more substance than that. You got to have more knowledge than that, man. Oh, brother. This is the last day of talking season, though. Here we go. I'm going to let him finish at least.
You know, kind of in his calling card. From Fresno State with Jake Haener to Washington with Michael Penix Jr. Both talented dudes, but I think they were elevated from a Kalen DeBoer and from a Ryan Grubb. So if that's the way we should move forward with this, which I think we should, look at who they have in that room. Austin Mack, Keelan Russell, and Ty Simpson, who I think is going to start for you. Any one of those three, the reason why I have more confidence in them than a one Jalen Milroe is they are much more in that mold of what Kalen DeBoer and Ryan Grubb have been successful with at the quarterback position. Michael Penix Jr., Jake Haener, both downfield throwers, both kind of, I don't want to say like pocket passers because they both had some wiggle to them, especially Michael Penix Jr. pre-injury. But like for the most part, they're more guys that you're expecting to stand and deliver in the pocket, right? Kind of what you expect from a Simpson, from a Mack, and from a Keelan Russell, even though he's only a true freshman. I think from a roster level, what I already told you, they're as talented as anyone they're going to play. Split hairs and say maybe Georgia's a touch more talented. I mean, didn't matter a year ago. LSU, I think they're super talented. I think you feel good about how you stack up with them from a talent perspective. So assuming it's Ty Simpson, my question is, what is his baseline? Because I think you could have been more successful a year ago if you just had a consistent Jalen Milroe. I don't need the first half Georgia Jalen Milroe every single week. It'd be nice. Probably win a national championship if I get first half Georgia Jalen Milroe every single week. But if I just got like pedestrian Jalen Milroe, I got just an average of what to expect from him every single week, we're probably in a position where we make the college football playoff. Because against Oklahoma, it was very different than what you got against Georgia, obviously. But, I mean, even against Vanderbilt, he was solid, but he was not that against Tennessee. Like, there was a different version of Jalen Milroe every single week, it felt like, which made it hard to, be consistent offensively. Even more specifically, hard to be consistent when it comes to game planning offensively. So you get consistent Ty Simpson every single week. If you do, you have a baseline to work with, then I think Kalen DeBoer can game plan with that, can elevate with that, and will be able to call his offense according to that. Now, when I say that, as much as I also want to make sure we mention whoever's playing quarterback for you, again, I think it's Ty Simpson. What's the range like when you get into those games where the talent is equal?
Oh, quick commercial break. Sorry, guys. Again, I should have known what to expect from this, but it is what it is, man. Last day of talking season. Here we go.
The Georgias, like the LSUs. I mean, like the games against your Tennessees potentially, South Carolina on the road. Like, do you have a quarterback who can genuinely go out and maybe not totally take the game over for you, but in certain spots go win the game for you? Because I think in modern college football, especially in the SEC with all the new quarterbacks, you're going to need that at some point in time if you want to make the college football playoff. So you look at what last year was, and the reason why I think I have a little more confidence in Alabama the more that I look at what this team has, there wasn't really a ton of games where you just say, we got beat because we were the less talented team. Like the Tennessee game is maybe the one spot where you say, okay, the talent for them showed up and, the spots needed to show up before. But like the game against Vanderbilt, Jalen Milroe played well against Vanderbilt. Defense did not play well. Took their eye off the ball.
So then why did he just say the whole sole reason for last year was the quarterback position, and now he's come to the realization that the Vanderbilt game actually wasn't that case? I mean,
in the game against Oklahoma, Jalen Milroe did not play well. Like
that's true.
Was a loss, I think, more so on Alabama than it was you giving credit to the Vanderbilts or the Oklahomas. And that's not me taking anything away from either side of that, but I do think if Alabama plays their potential on both of those Saturdays, probably finish 11-1 and you're punching your ticket to the college football playoff. So how far along is this team in what I call the other stuff? Doesn't have anything to do with talent. Doesn't have anything to do with how you recruit. It's all about like showing up and being your best on that Saturday and the Saturday after that and the Saturday after that, being consistent. That was one thing Kalen DeBoer kept talking about during SEC Media Days. Hey, we got to be better in being consistent. We have to grow. We have a lot of the coaching cliches that don't actually speak to talent is what Alabama is focusing on right now. And the beautiful part about that, if you're an Alabama fan, that's what you need to focus on. You don't have to worry about talent. You have that in spades. Got to have a guy at quarterback, massive part of this we've already talked about, but if you are just consistent, Alabama's going to be in good shape. So how good is shape? Let's go game by game here and give you our final record prediction for the 2025 regular season, right? Playoff, title game in the conference. We'll talk about that in future dates. But for the regular season, here's how I see everything shaking out. First game at Florida State. I love Thomas Castellanos running his mouth. I think it probably comes back to bite him in this spot. I'll take Bama on the road against Florida State. You beat ULM. You beat Wisconsin heading into the bye. You're undefeated. Got a bye to prep for Georgia. Now you go to Georgia. I really like Kalen DeBoer as a game planner. I love him being reunited with Ryan Grubb. I have a very difficult time seeing them getting Kirby Smart 2 times in a row. So I think that you actually drop that game at Georgia. I think it's revenge city against Vanderbilt. I think that if you have a chance to drive the knife in and twist it. I think you do that against Vanderbilt. I think you beat them. I think you go to Missouri. Not really sure what to make of Missouri right now. I like a lot of their portal pieces, but I don't know how it's all going to work together. So I'll take you to beat them on the road. You play Tennessee. This is one of those spots. Ty Simpson, we need you, brother. We need you. I mean, Tennessee's defense, I don't know if it'll be as good as last year, but it's not going to be some fall off the face of the earth back to 2022 kind of version of that Vols defense. Can Ty Simpson, I don't need 300 yards. I need him to just make the big throws. Make the big throws, much like Nico did last year for Tennessee, in the clutch spots to win the football game. I think Ty Simpson, whoever's playing quarterback, will do that for Bama. Just my feel on this. And overall, I'll take Alabama and their roster to beat Tennessee and keep good vibes rolling. You go to South Carolina. This is a tricky one, all right? It'll be scrappy. It'll be on the road at Willie B. That place will get rocking. If you're South Carolina, you're hoping and praying this thing is at night. Lenora Sellers is, again, I've said this many times, I think one of the best players in college football, probably the best player in college football, not named Jeremiah Smith. I think that how close that game was a year ago, Alabama will give South Carolina their undivided attention. That's one of those spots where you find out how far along are you in the other stuff, the culture, the focus, the not having a letdown after a big win against Tennessee and avenging yourself or avenging your loss from a year ago. I think they take that next step in that space. I think they beat South Carolina heading into a bye week. Now, off the bye, you play LSU, and y'all, I really like LSU this year. I like Garrett Nussmeier more than I like Ty Simpson right now, which I don't think is saying a whole lot given what we know about Garrett Nussmeier. I like the way they attacked in the portal and upped their roster talent at the weapons. And I think that they're going to be a force this year. So I think you drop that game to LSU. I think you beat Oklahoma. This is another big spot where you say, okay, hey, where's the culture at? Can you bounce back from a loss? I think they do. I think they beat Oklahoma. You beat Eastern Illinois. Shout out Jimmy Garoppolo and Tony Romo, Eastern Illinois alums, but they wear the L that day as Bama rolls there. And you go to Auburn. This is one where weird things are going to happen. Something weird will happen in this game. It'll be kind of a wonky look, I think, for both sides. Even if Auburn has a bad year, and I don't think they'll have a bad year, but even if Auburn has a bad year, they will come to play in this spot. Jordan Hare, I mean, the last time they were there, I think it was the Jalen Monroe 4th and 31 game. So it'll be wonky. It'll be weird. I do think Alabama finds a way in that spot. Okay, so they finish at 10-2. What does that mean? One, it means you're in the college football playoff. Okay, now we'll be called SEC homers, SEC bias, whatever. Like, this is just how I see things shaking out. I think Bama was so close a year ago, and I don't think they stubbed their toe in the same way in 2025. So you're in the college football playoff. I think that, one, massively impacts the way that you view Kalen DeBoer, because everyone's saying 9-3, not the Bama standard, this and that. It's like, okay, big exhale. You hired a good coach. I'd say you hired, given this result, the right coach that got you to the playoff in his second season. You've turned the page from what Nick Saban's Alabama was to what Kalen DeBoer's Alabama is. You can't judge them the same, but I think the threshold of getting into the playoff being the standard is still fair, and Kalen DeBoer checks that box, and everyone just kind of cools off a little bit in Tuscaloosa relative to that. Maybe as important as the conversation around Kalen DeBoer, the recruiting momentum stays intact, because they had a top 3 class last year, winning 9 games, missing the playoff. What do you think they're going to do when they win 10 and make the playoff? The biggest thing with Alabama when it comes to the playoff will be, can they do what Ohio State did at the end of last season? I said this for Georgia. I'm going to say it for Bama. Ohio State wasn't a championship team in the month of November. They weren't. Go ask Michigan. If Alabama can get past that last game of the regular season, regroup, self-scout, hit the reset button, and Ty Simpson can move from a first-year starter into truly a second-year starter, because you've already played a full year of college football, 12 games, that's where Alabama can really start cooking, because the talent there is up there with everyone else in the country. If Ty Simpson translates to being a true guy at quarterback, Alabama can go play for a national championship. Now, that's projecting a lot, but I mean, just talk about it this way. If you got Garrett Nussmeier level of production from Ty Simpson, and you could tell me that without a shadow of a doubt right now, if you told everyone that at SEC Media Days in Atlanta last week, Alabama would have been picked to win the conference, I think, across the board, or at least picked to be top 2. All right, like, that's how much talent Alabama has, and I want to make sure we're all aligned there. So Alabama got them going 10-2, got them in the playoff. What they do past that remains to be seen. We'll give you our prediction for that on our Tuesday show. So make sure you're locked in, make sure you're subscribed. Bama fans, let me know on the message boards, in the comment section, social media, Instagram, Twitter, at JD Piquel, what your final record is for your Crimson Tide. Appreciate y'all.
So there you go. He had Alabama 10-2. Now, I want to say, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't remember the two. I think I was reading some on the side here. I don't remember the two losses that he did have, but anyway, we're kind of winding down. I don't know if I have enough time to do that. I know we had Ellis and Pat lined up. But I don't Chase. We might be able to squeeze one of them in. Let's try. I don't even know if we can, because actually, now that I think about it, we skipped over that last break. So timing wise, I don't think we can. So here's what we'll do. Ellis, Pat, hang on. You got Wyatt up next. If you guys want to talk to Wyatt, he'll. I know he'd be glad to take y'all's call. Thank you, Dwight. He said LSU lost at home. Yeah, I was about to say. I think he mentioned LSU. Then what was the other loss that he have? Because I thought he said he doesn't see us. Oh, Georgia. That's right. Yeah, he said earlier. In my head, I was actually thinking. I'm not gonna lie. I think initially I was like, man, that Georgia game, I kind of was on point with that. But at the same, thank you guys. Yeah, thanks, Tim, UJ, and LSU. I'm not gonna lie to you though. The more I think about this Georgia team, man, like I know it's gonna be tough on the road, but I just almost feel like if they don't improve their ability to run the football, then again, Gunnar Stockton, he doesn't scare me too much. And I really like our DBs. I'll be honest with you, man. I'm actually starting to feel a little bit more confident about that Georgia game, even though it's on the road. LSU, I mean, I think that'll be a tough one for sure. South Carolina, I think it'll be tough, but I don't know, guys. The more I'm looking at some of these other teams, man, now we had media day. I'm feeling really confident this upcoming season. That being said, we got to get out of here. Training camp officially kicks off tomorrow. I'll be out there, and I'll be back on here, the Miller's Edge, to talk about it a little bit with you guys right here. Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. Again, we are presented by the Good Feet Store, America's Art Sport Experts. See you guys tomorrow.